Everybody. Happy evening. Um, no, it's really late. I'm probably not going to get very many people here, but that's okay. Um, I just, I just had to come on though. I was furious with what I just saw. So, I'm in my nightgown and bathrobe and was ready to go to bed. So that's why I'm not putting the camera on. I've already washed my face and everything, so I had no intentions of coming back on. But I just watched Liar Lolita's couple videos. One of them was about our Resident Evil one and her apparent little hotline that she had on today or tonight, and then the other one was about Ron. And I have to speak out on the behalf of my friends, and I just have to speak out because I am disgusted, and I'm sure, and I'm so grateful to Lyra Lolita and others. There's several others who do the same thing so that we don't have to watch all this bullshit. We can just kind of get the Cliff Notes version of it through them, which I'm so grateful for. And we can give them the thumbs up and all the above. But y'all, okay, here we go. Let me pull up the chat. Oh, Sea Breeze, my angel. I love you so much. Okay. Lolita is fearless. Yeah, I appreciate her. We need these fearless people in our community. Otherwise, we're going to go unchecked, hurting people. And Bree, my angel. Oh God, thank you. I didn't think I was going to have anybody here, but thank you all. So I'm just going to talk from the heart. I have no agenda, none. I've told my story. I put it out there. I don't have anything to hide or anything to gain. I'm just telling my story, gaining some friends along the way, and proud to be a part of this community. And I'm not going to stand for this kind of lies and bullshit. Rennie, my angel, sending you love, honey. Lacey, can you all hear me okay? I have my headphones on and a little microphone, the thing I use for teaching. I hope y'all can hear. I guess y'all can because you would tell me. Your story really moved me, Marla. Anna, thank you for saying that. You all, I tried to respond to a lot of the comments. I am Sarah. One of them was yours, you sweet thing. I am overwhelmed with the comments that I got. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was crying earlier tonight reading them. You have no idea what that means to me. You have no idea because people in your family don't really say those kinds of things to you, and I don't know. I just don't hear that stuff a lot. So it meant everything to me. So whatever risk I took for that stuff getting shoved back in my face, it doesn't matter at all because the comments that you all left me made it all worth it. So thank you. Yes, Lacey, I've listened to it like 4 times already. Okay, who should we start with, TT or Ron? Because I'm disgusted. Oh, Randy, people adore you too, Angel. You have been, Randy, I know, I don't even know what your story is. I just know that you've been through hell, and maybe someday you can share your story with us. I would love that. Kiki, Anna, Lulu, and my sweet Sarah Smiles, Kathy, all these beautiful people. Well, I'm so glad I came on. Thank you all for being here. I guess people are in different time zones and people stay up late, but okay, let's start out with TT because she's easy and there's nothing new there, but I just wanted to point out the fact that apparently she had this hotline calling in for grievances against her. And it was so pathetic. Everything she said, either people were, joking around with her, whatever, and it was just a joke, and, she could take it in stride and hang up. But the actual couple people who had grievances against her, you see how her face tightens, her posture tightens. She can't deal with it. She flips out. She turns it on them. She deflects. She never answers the question. If somebody says, why did you do so and so? You said the police drug you out of your house. Tell me about that. No answer. She always turns it into something sexual, something deviant, something gross. Well, how big are your balls, or something disgusting like that? She is the most disgraceful human being I have ever seen. And what's so sad is, unlike others in her disgusting state, she has had dozens of people who have come to her rescue and tried to befriend her. Hey, bless. Um, like Beautiful Sea Breeze and Christy in the Carolinas and Tamra and Mel C and Makeup by Mandy and Miss Day LaRue and somebody, I just forgot the name. Somebody gave me the name of the person that I was actually talking about. I'll remember it in a minute. The person, Ruth Sessions. She was the one who sent her money also and gave her gift cards and that kind of thing. Remarkable, all of them, remarkable human beings with good hearts, good lives, good intentions. Honey, you run off all of them, you might want to look into yourself. It might not all be their fault. Now you're trying to turn it against Seabreeze, saying that she was a bad person. Ain't nobody gonna believe you. Nobody's gonna believe you, sugar pie. Nobody's gonna believe you. If it didn't already matter, the fact that you've already destroyed 10 other friendships that we've been witness to. But if anybody is in contact with Seabreeze for more than 10 seconds, they know she's an amazing human being and you are not. So quit with that racket. Shut it up now, or we're going to come after you even harder than we are. Leave Seabreeze alone. This is a warning to you, Trisha. Leave Seabreeze alone, or you're going to get it harder in the ass than you're already going to get it. She is a good, innocent person. You've already destroyed the past 12. Stop. You are a moron. You are evil. You can't even take criticism without deflecting and making it into something evil and gross. You are a horrible mother, a horrible wife, a horrible friend, a horrible cook, a horrible housekeeper, a horrible daughter. You are an awful human being. Stop, get off the internet, go away, change, and maybe think about coming back. Look at who your friends are and look at the friends that you have lost. Get it together. Get it to fucking together. Why do you think it is that you've lost every good friend that you have had in the past 2 years? Why do you think it is that nobody in your family, your own mother who gave birth to you, doesn't speak to you? Do you think it's all coincidence? Get it together and leave people alone. You don't bother me. You can say whatever you want to about me. Keep showing my mugshots. Keep talking about my past. You know what? That's my past. Guess what? I don't act like that anymore. I don't do those things anymore. Guess what? You still do. There's nothing you can blame your evilness on. You act worse than you did 4 years ago, and I don't. You know what else is different? I paid for what I did with blood, sweat, tears, and my own soul in a prison cell for a long period of time. You've not paid for what you've done. And yes, you did cause somebody to commit suicide. You had a very big part in it, and I'm speaking up now. What you don't speak on, see, you twist and turn every single thing. You twist and turn every single thing I've said to you. That's why I know that it's a lie. Everything I said to your daughter, everything I said to your husband, I see how you twist it. I see how you do. So I know you twisted it about this sweet lady who ended up taking her own life. You acted like you befriended her and that she just somehow committed suicide the next year. Well, what you don't tell and what you'll never answer to is, Trisha, did you tape that video? Have your 12-year-old daughter tape the video of her in the house when she was drunk and causing a ruckus, which, my God, who could blame her under the circumstances? And so what? Maybe she was dealing with a struggle with alcohol. But then you took it, and not only did you have your 12-year-old daughter record it, but then you used it against her. And you put it on Facebook over and over and over again. And then you sent it to her husband's superior in the military. And you say you have nothing to do with her suicide? Are you kidding me? Tell me no. Tell me you didn't do those things, and we'll prove you wrong. And let people know the truth and let them judge for themselves whether they think you had something to do with her suicide. See, you don't tell the whole story, but we know. Yes, we do. So answer that, Trisha. Did you or did you not post that video that your 12-year-old daughter took when she was in a drunken fit in your house? Did you or did you not post it on Facebook multiple times and probably other places? And did you or did you not send that to her husband's superior in the military to tarnish him and her and embarrass her to the point of suicide? And you can claim all you want that you didn't have anything to do with her death. You do. God knows. God knows, Trisha. And I tell you what, you better be praying you live as long as possible to make amends for the shit that you've done, because there is blood on your hands. That's a fact. Yes, Sassy Cat. It's, people have done extensive investigations, including talking to her husband and other people. I'm just reporting on what other people have done hard legwork on. So don't give me the credit for knowing about this. Other people have done extensive legwork on that. So answer me that, Trisha. Did you or did you not post that video on Facebook over and over again, as well as other places, and send that video to her husband's superior? And how dare you say that you had nothing to do with her suicide? You have been a miserable human being since you were a small girl. Tell me what you have done positive for this world. You saved a $20 discount at Food Lion. When you checked out, you got a $20 gift card to spend on your next purchase, and you ended up giving it to somebody else, and you had to make a video about it. That's how special it was. And I swear to God, that is about the only thing you have done in your motherfucking life for all of humanity. You are a disgrace. You don't even bother me. It's not even what you say about me. You can't touch me. Even when you thought you were so good and you were going to find out all my mugshots that tell the world about my history. I don't need those people. If those people don't like me because of that, your little precious lemon tree, who is vile, and nasty and not a true friend, you can have her. Have her. I have Seabreeze and Observation and Bless This Mess and Rennie, and I'm just naming the four names I see right here because I have beautiful people on my side that you envy and you wish you had, and you know that deep in your heart. You are sitting on inflatable furniture, sleeping in an inflatable bed with a family that doesn't like you and won't even speak to you, with a son who doesn't want anything to do with you, and a daughter who would like to get far away, and more than I can say. You're an awful, awful human being. Yeah, and your computer from Finger Hut, whatever the hell that is. Thank you. Hey, Christy, I'm sorry, y'all. I am really mad. I don't get this mad this often, but my blood was boiling. I was trying to go to bed. Hey, Monica. Rondi has a diary in which she wrote about the bullying from Trisha. Thank you, Seabreeze. Sure did. And I'm sure if we were to reopen that case, and honey, you've got enough legal stuff ahead of you. You think this case is one thing. Huh? You have no idea. You have no idea. You probably will need 250,000 after it's all said and done. Oh, JPM, you sweet thing. Thank you. Oh, that means so much to me. Thank you for that. Lemon Tree is vile. I don't know who that person is. I should read you the things. You know, I left them before on the chat that hey, Blue Eyed. Hey, Anna. I left them before in the chat but she left a whole bunch on this last chat. Obviously, she was listening to every word because she commented on several different things. So I was like, damn, you sure are a fan. But she said horrible things about me and addiction and etc. And then I saw her when I was watching the chat played back from Lolita. I saw the things that she was saying. Miss Fairgarden, you have a serious arrest record with drugs and stealing, selling. I don't think you're really Mother Teresa. I'd never claimed to be Mother Teresa. I never claimed to be anything I wasn't. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate you saying that. I never claimed to be Mother Teresa. I never claimed to be anything I wasn't. The first time I came on a video, it was already revealed about my arrest record, every single mugshot I had. I never said that I'm better than anybody else. The only thing I say is that I'm a different person than I was 4 years ago. And I think that a person should be judged on who they are today and not who they were in the past. So, where in the hell are you getting the thing about me being Mother Teresa? And I'm telling you, I guess you've lived a different life or a more perfect life than me. So, congratulations. I hope that neither you nor anybody you love struggle with addiction because you are in the 1% elite. Because, the majority of people do struggle with addiction or have somebody they love who struggle with addiction. But during your little pristine life, I can understand because that's how I lived the first 34 years of my life. So don't judge me on 3 bad years after 34 years where I volunteered and I gave to my church, I gave to the poor, I did all of the above. Don't judge me on 3 bad years where I was struggling with a severe addiction that got me into trouble. Okay? Does that make sense? Oh, thank you so much, Embry. You all are such angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't mind people coming in here and criticizing me. I don't mind it a bit. I don't mind questions or criticisms. And I will address you based on your question. Here's what that evil one does. Somebody questions her and she says, oh, she talks about sex. She talks about balls. She talks about Not she won't ever address the question. When somebody says, "Tell me about, when you got arrested." "Oh, oh, do you wanna have sex with my husband?" Or, she'll say something off the wall, not related, deflecting. That's not defending yourself. That's being a moron. A moron. Yeah, she begs for money. I am, but you're not. I finally get your name right, honey. Yes, it's gross and disgusting what she says and how she says it. She doesn't ever answer the question. She doesn't ever defend herself. She says she's defending herself, but she never writes whatever's wrong. I mean, I've said this 100 times. If you're going to defend yourself, correct whatever somebody is saying about you that's incorrect. If somebody says Sean beat you, and you say, "No, he didn't," then prove how he didn't, show or tell a story or whatever. Don't talk about how that person had mug shots and where they live and what car they drive. That is not defending yourself. That's making yourself look like a fucking asshole, which is what you are. Oh, Minty Mango, thank you for saying that. Sea Breeze is an angel. And by the way, I nor anybody else ever talked to Sea Breeze while she was your friend. Never talked to her, never messaged her, nothing. Nor did I with any other person that was your friend. Tamara, Miss Delarue, Christy, none of these people did I message or anything. So that bullshit about us turning her against you or whatever, no. She realized for herself, just like every other single person in your life who has remotely gotten close to you has, that you are a weirdo, a user, a liar, and the above. And she sought solace in people that understood her and were good people, AKA us. So that's how that went down. You can try to convince yourself that we were, trying to persuade her or something, but I didn't have any contact with her nor anybody else. Not Mandy, none of them. I had no contact with any of them, nor did anybody else. You say all these things to try to convince your own self, but you don't even believe them. You don't. Your head must swim at night and your heart must swim at night in all of the horrible things that you've done throughout your life. And the worst being how you've raised your children, the example that you've set for them. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about them, those poor, innocent victims. They've turned out well because they want to be different than you. They want to live a life different than you. And I know what that feels like to say, in this circumstance, this has harmed me so much that I want to make sure that I do everything in the world not to be this way. And my God, ask your son or daughter whether they want to have a wife like you or whether they want to be a mother like you. See what they say. I guarantee you all they're doing are trying to swim away from you as fast as possible. And you think your mother was a bad mother. Please. Yeah, she calls her mother a narcissist. Honey, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You got that plus some other stuff. She just upset me really badly. She upset me really badly with the stuff she was saying about Seabreeze was building and building and building. And then it just topped off with the way she handled people who were apparently, she set up this hotline for people to come in and complain about her. And you see what happens. Her face gets scrunched. She acts like she's trying to act like it doesn't bother her and puts on that fake laugh and then deflects. And what she does is send back criticism and critique times 10, which is what she does with everybody. It's gross. It is gross. You are not fooling anybody. Right now, I'm not going to court with you, but it may not be soon. And I'm just telling you, never mind. I'm not even going to talk about that. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun with your $25,000 with defense team. Have fun with that sugar. Have fun. I know she has sea breeze, and you, of all people, do not deserve to be drugged. You have been so good to her during the period of time when she needed a friend. And there's my Maggie. Maggie, I saw what you did and the support that you gave me on PayPal. Y'all, thank you so, 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 so much. I appreciate appreciate the super chat so, so much. And I said this before, this doesn't just go for me, but people can give through PayPal and just I would love if you do give through PayPal, put a little comment during the live stream and say, here's what I gave so I can acknowledge you. But it's so hard to get your money from YouTube. And when you do, it's like 45% gone. So if anybody can give through PayPal, not just for me, I'm not just talking on behalf of me, but everybody, that's such a better way to give. Stacy, honey, you sweet thing. I saw your comment that you left me. That means so much to me, and I'd love to hear about your story. All of us have to unite together and share our stories because I can't tell you how many people are in chronic pain and dealing with it every single day. You all are superheroes. And those people who are dealing with addiction and are in recovery, you all are superheroes. I know how hard that is to wake up in the morning with those thoughts in your head or that pain in your body and have the courage to get up and take care of your family or go to work or just live. I know how hard that is. If it weren't for all of you and my family, I've often said that if I didn't have anybody to love me, I would have damn committed suicide a long time ago. If I knew that my death wouldn't hurt other people, I would have taken my life a long time ago. So you all keep me alive. No, Christy, say it again, Angel. Okay, I'm done ranting about that person, so I'll pay attention better. Hey, P Day. Yep, yep. Did you see what observation said, Seabreeze? I don't think it says a lot about our species that we are drawn to negativity and can't escape. Well, it's almost like I see it as let's imagine that we're going along hunky dory, ba 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 ba, everything's positive, good and happy. And then we come to this bump in the road where somebody's being awful, hateful, and ugly. And it upsets us. Just like in your body, when everything's good and you're healthy, but then there's a fever because you have some kind of sickness. And all your attention goes to taking care of that. TT apologized for lying and saying I extorted her because she was just trying to protect me from haters. Oh my God, lies. Yeah, that's like she apologized to me saying, she called me for a little while there. She said, oh, Marla's so sweet and she's just the perfect Southern belle. And, it's not her fault. Other people made her hate me. You remember how she said that for a little while? And I went with it. I took it and just went with it. I was like, okay, cool. And knowing that wasn't true, but I was happy with her not dragging me, and I didn't say a word about her. But I don't give a damn. When she came after Seabreeze, I do not care. Did I know that she was going to go back and say what she did about me? Of course. Hey, Taylor, welcome here, honey. And I'm sorry, I only see like 3 comments at a time, and I know I missed some. I'm trying to go back, but for some reason I can't make it go back on this. So please, 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 please say your comments 2 or 3 times if I miss them. If you want me to definitely see it. I always go back and watch my live streams so I can see the chat again. And that one I did last time about, my addiction story, I watched it at least 4 times. That's how long it took me and how important it was for me to see your all's, comments. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you want me to see it right now, please repeat it a couple times because I can only see like 3 comments at a time and it goes pretty fast. Genesee, she said, "People who take pain meds are addicts. I am on them. I have fibroarthritis in my back. I was only looking for a place." Oh, see, it went that fast. But honey, okay, there's a difference between being physically addicted to pain meds and being in full active addictions because I've been in both places. And if you're taking them as needed because you need them, it doesn't matter whether your body's physically addicted or not. Your body can be physically addicted to heartburn medicine or high pressure medicine. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of if you want to change or go off of it, then you're going to have to taper down, but you are doing nothing wrong. Do not let somebody call you an addict because of that. I have met some of the most beautiful hearts. I know. Me too. See, it went so fast. She knows nothing. There's a difference in dependency and addiction. If she's so smart, she'd know the difference. She's an idiot. She is the least, the most unlikely person that I would go to about addiction or recovery or the either. Either she has not been an addict or she's not in recovery. It's one or the other. That's the bottom line. Nobody acts like that. And, Randy has talked about this before, but no addict. Scott, I'll tell you in just a second, honey. No addict would talk to another addict, whether they were your worst enemy in the world or not. Because if you've been down that dark road where you've dealt with withdrawals and the painful cycle that you go through trying to get more and more and more, and how it affects your family and your health and your life and your finances. And, for me, my independence and my, everything. When you've gone down that road, which is what addiction does to you, you will never, ever judge somebody who is in addiction, whether they are Satan themselves and your worst enemy. So I'm sorry, but for her to say to me, "Go fill your mouth with Percocet," nope. You're not an addict or you're not in recovery, one or the other. So that's it. Cheshire, you sweet thing. I'm glad, honey. I'm glad you typed that one sentence. You can just listen, Angel. Um, anyway, TT is Trisha. I think it was Scott who asked that. Ron is, I don't even know, he has several channels. I don't watch him. I did subscribe to him for like maybe 2 months. But let me, he didn't really, he wasn't my style back before all this stuff happened. And then I momentarily subscribed to him for a couple months and then unsubscribed to him back when he did his kind of last little hurrah about it. And he's not my style. I'm sure a lot of other people like him. I know people I care about like him, so I'm not dogging him for that. I'm sure that I'm not his style, you know what I mean? So no no shame there. But what I saw that he did, I don't know, I guess it was today. Well, I didn't when I was subscribed to him, I did leave him a comment, and one of the sweet people, the moderators, left me a comment because she blocked me, but she explained why. Back when he left that one tweet about, I don't know what it was now, but it was something about something about guns and transgendered and kids can't pick who they want to be, and it was to me offensive. So I said, "How could you say that? What did you?" I didn't say, "How could you say that?" I said, "What did you mean by that?" And it was apparently posted at inappropriate time because he was trying to do something else. Well, when you have a live stream, buddy, it doesn't matter whether you did something 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago. It's open to that's a live stream. If you didn't want that to happen, you should have had a video. You know what I mean? So I just left and left it at that. And he never did respond to me, but whatever. But when I heard him tonight talking about, okay, first of all, of course, with his child dying, that's an awful, awful, horrible thing. And, I was against all the dragging of him 100%. I am not an MFW fan. I am not a shoot the shit fan. I'm my own person. I speak very highly of the people that I do love, and neither one of them are people that I endorse. So it's not because of any of that. I just am talking from kind of what's right and what's wrong type of factor. But he, what he said tonight was just awful. Um, Talking about, Randy having a spine and he would never forgive her. And I just feel like everything he did was so wrong. And I don't know. Let me get your all's opinion about it first. Did y'all hear? I only heard Lolita's. It was like 20 minutes long. That was said about that he was, it wasn't her commentary at all. It's just his stream. Yeah. Well, you know, Monica, I understand what you're saying. Whether she's delicate or not, I don't put up with delicateness. Let me put it that way. But if she's gonna put it out there, she should expect to get it back. But what he said was totally off the wall, inappropriate, not deserved at all. Saying he would never forgive her. It's like he wants to. Let me just ask this: is he honoring his son by doing this? Is he honoring his son by going after Randy of all people? And just the way that he talks about it. Do you think, Ron, in your heart, that this is what that precious, precious little boy would have wanted you to do with your live streams? And he kept making fun of Randy and I mean, he was naming Randy, but he was saying how she gets on a live stream and has nothing to say. That they have no talent, nothing. That they get on there saying, let's talk about how we can fuck our first cousin and not get pregnant. Ooh, okay, let's do it. Making fun of them, which is disgusting. Here's what I gotta say, buddy Ronnie. They pulling a lot more views than you do. So could that be the big J word going on? Because Randy has a live stream, and guess what? 1,500 people watch it. 300 people show up to see it. So maybe people do want to know how to fuck their first cousin and not get pregnant. So maybe you need to tune into this since this is your livelihood. This is how you make a living to support your child. Maybe you need to start talking about how to fuck your first cousin and not get pregnant if that's what brings in the views, right? The truth of the matter is, they don't talk about that, and you know that, you moron. But apparently, they're bringing in a lot more views than you are. So all I got to say is the big J word because they've not said a word about you. Why are you talking about Randy? Hey, Mrs. T. Yep, 500 viewers. Thank you, Kitty. Hey, Kit Kat, you sweet thing. I'm glad I came on. I thought Mason was a young boy. Yes, he was. He was a young boy. And he died an awful death. And it was tragic and it was horrible. And it is, obviously not gonna leave his conscience or his mind or his heart anytime soon, and everybody expects him to be upset and depressed and all of the above, and even raise money for it. Even if it's just for your heartache, people would have given. It doesn't even have to be for his funeral or anything. People would have given. But I'm saying the person that you are, I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know you that well before, after. Like I said, it's just not my style. But the person that you are being right now, is that the person that Mason would be proud of? Are you honoring Mason's memory by being this way? Surely not. I love you too, East Coast lady. Listen, I have been through hell and back myself, so I'm not talking out of my ass from a place that doesn't know pain and deep pain. And I'm not talking about just the story I shared the other day. I'm talking deep pain. So please take everything I'm saying as critique, not criticism. But this, there might still be hope for him, but my God, doesn't it seem like everybody, he's aligned with the other person I was talking about earlier? It's awful. It's awful. I'm not saying this, like I said, to support STS or MFW, because I honestly am not on either of those sides. I really have problems with both of them. So it's my personal opinion. And whether, it's not even about Randy. I'm just saying why? I don't understand. Please explain this to me. After that one tweet, I forgave that because I thought, okay, everybody might type something that they don't agree with or they said the wrong way. Okay, forgiven, never thought about it again. And then after this, what I saw tonight, which I don't know, is that live stream down? Does anybody know? I don't watch him, so I don't know whether that live stream that I saw a 20-minute clip of was down or not. Yeah, he uses an excuse to be a jerk. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you. You have a right to be in sorrow and upset and talk about it and grieve in whatever way feels right to you. You don't have the right to be an asshole because of it. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he deleted it, Minty. I'm sure he did. So thank God to Liar Lolita, whatever you think about him. Um, Thank God for her because she kind of gives us the Cliff Notes versions of what's going on during the day. I would have never seen that. Shit, I'm gonna stop addressing people. No, tell me what happened, Kit Kat. I wanted to hear what you had to say. Monica says, thanks everyone. Ron milking it over and over and over makes me angry as how our children are not honored by us using them to be evil to others. Yep, that's what I thought. You know it would be an honor to him? Tell us about him. Show us pictures of him. Tell us what kind of kid he was. And, memories that you have of him. That's how you honor him. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, Marla, sweetie. I think that has shocked everyone. He deleted a half hour after he made it. Amanda Love, go see my Twitter. Is Dr. Koala here? Hey, Dr. Koala. Hey, Princess Fortunate, you sweet thing. Embry gets love slapped with a cupcake. I love it. Dr. Koala, I had it uploaded on my channel, but it removed. I just have it on my phone. I might be able to email it if you DM me. I'm just spent after the bullshit today. Oh, Angel, I hear you. I hear you, Kit Kat. His son was a beautiful child, P Day. And when you honor your child, tell us, what was he like? Show us pictures of him, when he was born, when he was growing up. whatever, tell us stories, honor him so we can, feel like he lived and his life mattered. Don't attack people. And this isn't even about him anymore. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to go after people's looks or how they talk or whatever. Let's go after what matters. That's something that Trisha would do. That's the things that she does do. In this world, you must be smart or oh so pleasant. Oh, for years I was smart. I recommend pleasant. I love that. I love that sassy. I always said about that one couple, I said, "You're not supposed to be ugly and mean. That just doesn't go together." I think I told that to B, and she was cracking up. I said, "You can't, you're not, it's just against nature's laws to be ugly and mean, and they are both." You know who I'm talking about, but I have no idea if he do. I don't follow him on Twitter. I don't actually go on Twitter that often. Hey, Rhonda. Please tell me, okay, Dr. Well, I agree, Marley. You said it beautifully. I just hope, gosh, it went too fast, Marley, babe. I'm jumping out. Okay, Christy, have a good night, honey. Yeah, I'm not going to be up too much longer. I just couldn't stand it, y'all. And I appreciate there's so many people on, but I'm so mad that these people are allowed to flourish. We should be grateful we are alive and breathing. People take life for granted nowadays. Exactly, Rennie. And doesn't it seem to you like the mean ones live longer? The fragile ones, sweet ones, the kind ones are taken from us too early, and the mean, hateful ones live on forever. He's also delusional. He actually thinks he made no threats. Well, I'm not going to go into all that. Whether it was justified or not, it's just don't threaten somebody, Kit Kat, don't do it. I think that that part of that argument going back and forth was not good. I mean, like I said, just imagine one of you had, thank you, Mrs. T, had a loved one, a small child that died. Would you go after people even if they went after you? You might. I guess you might. But wouldn't you want to just say, to spit in their face, let me show you how beautiful this child was, and, show pictures or tell stories? It just would that be how your loved one would want to be remembered? Is you fighting with people or to have them remember the good times that they had on this earth with you? Yes, they were too good for this evil world. Thank you, Monica. Yeah. Right. Thank you, Mama Cat. I can only say how I was. I'm not in his mind. Exactly. But when you start coming after what I consider innocent people, I mean, you're so mad because somebody made a truce and you think it's bullshit. Well, who cares? You know? So it's bullshit. How are you going to make that any better or worse or anything by you saying you think it's bullshit? Let it do what's good for the 5 seconds it's worth or the 20 days or the 20 years that it's worth. Are you mad because you weren't a part of it? I mean, once again, the big freaking J word. Oh, Misha, I'm so sorry, honey. No, and by no means I want you to mistake what I'm saying by you getting over it, or you should be past it by now. You should not be doing this or that anymore. That is not what I'm saying by any means. Listen, I dealt with grief counseling for a while, and I am not saying that it's time for you to be over it and move on and not doing X, Y, and Z. What I'm saying is this the best way to honor your loved one? That's what I'm saying. Is this bringing any more joy to your life or any more honor to the loved one that passed away? That's what I'm saying. Oh, she was 5, Misha? I'm so sorry, honey. Embry, I'm sorry. You lost your husband in October? Embry, I bet the holidays were really hard for you. Yeah, Calypso, even 22 years later, you're never going to get over it. And I don't expect that anybody expects you to get over it, but it's just, the matter of how you deal with it. Oh, I know. Embry, everybody's heart's breaking for you. Mrs. T, I so wish I could talk to him. Just let him know I understand how he feels. Oh, Dr. Corallo says, make sure you remember prayers tonight. I just think tearing other people down, and particularly Randy, of all people, much, my goodness, what did Randy do to you? Tearing her down and kind of indirectly B, I think is, I don't know if that's who he was talking about, but who she live streams with, so I can only assume that. How was that bringing any honor to your sweet son's death or life? I'm sitting here with my wifey. Gosh, if I don't see your comment, I'll either read it later because I definitely read it again, but I can only see like one or two at a time. No one can tell how to grieve, but you have people. Yeah, exactly, Amanda. Sadistic people love pain. Oh, I love you, Maggie, and thank you again for your PayPal donation. That meant so, so much to me, Maggie. I'm sure Sam would have his phone number or Savage. Grieving has no time limit for sure. ASMR, I'll have to listen to the beginning, honey. I slap Embry all the time. I'm a military wife. That's my greatest fear. I bet, huh? I mean, the spouses of military people do just as much duty as the soldiers on the ground. Absolutely. Okay, good. This just shows Ron does not have the monopoly on the passing of a child. He doesn't have a monopoly. I saw what you said. Hey, Greta. All right, I have to go see you all. Hey, Bob. I'm sorry to say hi to you, but thank you for being here. Hey, Shell. Oh, princesses, I truly love you, Amanda, with all my heart. Yeah, Dr. Qual is really cool. I'm just getting familiar with her, but she seems really, really neat. So, I don't know if I'm sure I'm forgetting the ins and betweens and all the other crap, but Jill, talk to your friend. I left a message today, but it's been a bit since I talked to her. I lost my high school sweetheart due to a drug overdose when I was 17 years old. I'm 48 years old and it still affects me. Yeah, Teresa. Yeah. And listen, I kind of got trained in grief counseling, which doesn't mean I'm the expert by any stretch of the imagination. But I just know that you've got to find a way to incorporate it in your life. You're never gonna get it over. You're never gonna get over it where it's not a thought in your head and, it's just you're free of it, but how can you and this is what's so hard and what I've had to do with my life, which is disgusting. I don't wanna do it. I don't think I should have to do it, but unfortunately I have to, is find a way to make this horrible disease I've been convicted of a part of my life and deal with it, maybe try to make other people's lives better because of it, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of like grief is that you have to somehow incorporate it in your life and yeah, it's awful. You don't deserve it, but you've got to try to say somehow that maybe this makes me a softer person because of it. Maybe it makes me more understanding of others. Maybe how can I honor that person because of what happened? And that's it. There's no other choice. Or you can be mean and bitter and angry. Just like that, I can do the same thing about my body giving out on me and not being the body that I want it to be in and be in constant pain. I can be mean, angry, and bitter and lay in bed and cry all day, but, what's the sense of that? It only punishes me, which I'm not equating chronic pain with losing a child. Believe me, I'm sure every single person in here who's lost a child would take 10 times my chronic pain for the rest of their life rather than losing a child. So don't let me diminish your loss because your loss is far larger than mine. But I'm just trying to relate to you, I guess. So please don't misunderstand what I said. That's not what I'm saying because I understand your loss is far greater. Oh, that's not what you said, Randy. Penny, hey, sweetheart. That left me 13 years ago for a girl 20 years younger. I still am hurting. It keeps me up at night because I miss him so much. Oh, you sweet thing. Thank you for being so open and honest. Dr. Koala. Yeah. Opie says, sorry, Red. Took me several years to get over my son's death. I had to spend countless hours in therapy. Oh, it went too fast. Yeah, this is the thing. It's sort of like therapy's like medicine. It's not going to help completely, but you can't do it without it, you know? It's a part of the whole puzzle, but it's an essential part. And I guess, people get frustrated with, I do get frustrated that medicine doesn't take away all my pain. And I'm sure people get frustrated that therapy doesn't heal them immediately, but it's a part. It's everything. There's no quick answer for anything in life for the most part, except vacuuming. That's about the only quick answer you have. I remember somebody saying they love to vacuum because it's about the only thing in life you get an immediate result from, which has always stuck with me. I thought that was hysterical. But other than vacuuming, there's not a whole lot of things that you get an immediate response from. So, oh, I love y'all being here. I didn't think I would have a soul. I tried grief counseling. Yes, but I didn't find anyone that would help. Well, P Day, here's what I'm going to tell you. That would be like trying one medicine and saying it didn't work and giving up. Try something else. Try something. If you're still hurting, it would be just like you having a physical pain. Try some different group. I know it's time consuming, possibly expensive, But for your sanity and for your health, you need to try somewhere else. Because if they didn't do you well, then, thank you, East Coast lady, then somewhere else will. Because I know that there are good places out there. And I called a grieving mother all kinds of names. Okay, you're going to bed, Dr. Paula? Have a good night, honey. Thank you for coming in. I know. Well, that's weird, Rennie, isn't it? Exactly. Find you one you connect with. Mama Cat, I can tell you ain't. Oh gosh, it's going so fast. I wish I could slow it down. I didn't even bring my phone out here so I can see it slower. Hey, Beauty with Kimberly Rose. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Guiding him in conversation towards tools and letting go. He doesn't want to let go of the negative. I don't know. Maybe Sassy Cat. What I've always been told through my grief training is not even talking about letting go, but talking about honoring. Let's just talk about honoring your loved one that passed away and how best can you do that? And is that what you're doing right now? Hey, Michelle. Yeah. Um, Mrs. MM2 said it took 4 different ones before I found a basically a therapist that worked. Yeah, and that kind of goes for boy, I took about 10 different medications before I found like a little trio that sort of works for me, you know? Okay, good night, blue-eyed Barbie, you sweet thing. Sweet dreams. But I was so irritated by both of them. And I mean, it's hard for me not to think that one of those is a just evil, bad person. Diane, you still up, you sweet thing? I was so mad, Diane. I just had to go on. Um, but if I can really, really get out of my ego self, you know, Freud says there's an ego and then the subconscious and the unconscious, and the ego is everything that's on the surface. If I were to get out of my just ego self, maybe I could say that person, I could see the big picture and why she acts the way she does, but she's done so much harm to so many people I love and also myself that it's hard for me to say that. But oh gosh, I can't even remember what I was going to say. Well, I was so mad. But anyway, I guess I was saying something along the lines of if I could figure out, you know, just there's a difference between being offended and being upset. You know, do you understand there's a difference? Being upset is like being upset on the behalf of somebody else because, like, neither one of those people, TT nor Ron, upset me personally. They didn't do anything towards me at all. It didn't affect anything about me, but I just was upset on behalf of other people. Um, but still, I should maybe think, you know, what's the big picture of it? How can you know, what can I think of the best way to help these people? And in Ron's case, that's what I was saying is if he could just understand that the best way to honor his son would be by blank instead of what he's doing. I don't know how to tell TT. I think that she's so convoluted that I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. Many, many, many people like Seabreeze and others have thought if she had some unconditional love slash friendship in her life, true friendship, then she would change. And, you know, during this short period of time that I've known her, which is a year, she's had like 12 different people fill that role. And all of them have, despite being spit in the face, still loved her and have, different periods of time, some longer than others, but they've loved her anyway. And then they finally just couldn't take it anymore. And none of them have gotten to her even a tiny bit. None of them have changed her for the good at all. So I just, she just is an anomaly when it comes to badness. And thank God for that. Thank God there's not many of those around. Bless this mess. Where did TT get the absurd notion that, oh, yes, I meant to ask you that. Thank you, Princess, because I was going to say something about that. Um, I saw Bless. I don't know if Seabreeze is still in here. She probably went to bed, but, and I don't know if Bless is still here, but Bless, I saw Beeb's Cat's video, and I actually have a lot of respect and like her a lot after I got to know her. She's a really down to earth, really, really speaks from the heart. I don't know. She's totally opposite of the way I thought she was. But anyway, she was sticking up for TT, and she said that she had just gotten off the phone with her. And one of the clips was that Seabreeze and Bless said that they were going to come roll up on her house, which, obviously that's what Trisha said to her. It's not based in fact, but I'm thinking of two more unlikely people. Why did you pick those two? And that's why I left the message for her. I said, I like you a lot, Beeps Cat. I really like you a lot. I have a lot of respect for you, but yeah, bless. Watch Beeps Cat's last video. I said, I like you a lot, but in due respect, Trisha is lying to your face, and you are accepting it with no question. Yeah. P-Day says, Bless, I guess you're rolling up. Yeah, of all people, Bless and Seabreeze. She's lying. That's a lie. I haven't been on the stream for months. I haven't spoken to C. I know, Bless. I know, but that's what when you watch Beeb's Cat's video, she said, I just got off the phone with Trisha, and she was on the phone with Trisha for a while, and she was furious because Trisha had told her that you and Seabreeze said that you were going to roll up on her house. His breakdown. He was going to drive by Katie's house this weekend, and her, TT, and Sean were egging him on. It was disgusting. Oh, really, Greta? Well, all of that's just so immature. PD says, bless your car, won't be able to handle another attack. I mean, if all people, Bless was totally kosher with her and she wasn't trying to be best friends with her, but she was like, look, I'm done. I'm done talking about her. I'm done making my opinion about her public, and kept to that. Hadn't said another word about her. So, like, of all people for them to pick, I guess she was picking people that were close by, that it would be legitimate. And I guess you and Seabreeze were the closest people to her that she could talk about to persuade Beebs that was what was going on and feel bad for her. Hey, artist, how are you? What are you watching on Netflix? Yeah, Randy, we don't have very many people attacking. Exactly, Bless. Why in the hell would she bring your name up? Beth said I called a truce. Oh, yeah, artist, I guess she forgot about you because you're pretty close. Yeah, Jesus criminy is right. Peter, you come find me on Twitter if you need to vent. Shell, you're so cute. Eyes of my mother. Oh, is that a scary movie? It sounds scary. Yeah, Bless, just watch, you know, Beeb's cat. I don't know what the name of her channel is, but I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to find. It's her last video. And Ron stream when he had his breakdown. I didn't see that. That wasn't recently, was it? I'm always cleaning all day, every day. Well, P Day, you're my kind of woman. I like a clean house. Yeah, want me to pick you up on the way to TT's we can throw down. Don't even joke, artist. She'll take it seriously. Not seen you since my comment I was concerned. So glad you do. When things like that happen, think about lovely, happy, wonderful things. Oh, well then, Peter, you can come clean up my mess, and then we can vent. I like people who have a clean. You know, this is my. I'm gonna shit talk just here for a minute. This is just my pet peeve. Um, and I know, like, when you live with different people, and it's hard to keep different cleanliness standards, but for the most part, I think that your inside surroundings, you know, how your house looks and how you're inside your car and that kind of thing, it represents your mental health and how your inside of your body basically looks. And I know that a clean house to me makes me feel better. A clean car drives better. Um, some people it doesn't bother as much, but I do know that those people it doesn't bother as much. At the same token, they still get just as happy when their car is clean or their house is clean. And I just can't understand. I've seen a couple YouTubers, you know, a handful of YouTubers who I know do nothing but YouTube all day. You know, they don't have other jobs, and they have like 3 days worth of dishes in the sink, or their house is a mess, or, you know, trash piled up, and I can't understand it. It's hard for me not to be judgmental about that. I try not to, because I kind of did get judgmental, and then I realized some people are in crisis mode and they just can't. Are you like that, Bless? There's a couple people I can think of off the top of my head. I'm like, why don't you go clean your kitchen? I do too, artist. I do too. She is amazing. I really, really like her. I never thought I would say that because she talked horribly about me, but I don't care. I don't judge people on how they treat me. I judge people on who the person is that I think they are. Yeah, sassy cat, you're probably right. Because some people with mental, I don't have mental illness, thank goodness. I have other illnesses, but they just can't. They don't. Sassy cat. Thank you for correcting me on that, honey. I think I was getting judgmental. And I don't really understand that, but I guess what is it, anxiety or depression or a mix of both that makes you not be able to clean your house? Me too, artist. I respect her honesty and intelligence. Yep. Because I know my grandmother struggled with depression and anxiety, even though they didn't know, you know, in her day, they didn't know what it was, and she had no treatment for it her whole life, which is horribly sad for me because that would be like me going through life in pain with no treatment, you know, just psychological pain is just as bad. And she became a hoarder the older and older she got. And I think that her mental state just didn't allow her to keep a clean house. Yeah, thank you, Penny. Y'all corrected me, and I take that back. Yeah, thank you, Sassy Cat. Thank you all. That was mean of me. That's just my judgmental side because I just think even if you're disabled or poor or have a not the prettiest house, you can still keep it clean, you know, but that's not always true, and I should know that. Yeah, depression when mine gets bad, I get to slacking. Yeah. Thank you all for being so kind and not yelling at me, but I stand corrected. Oh, those hoarding shows make you want to track down the house and burn it. I know, and that's the extreme ones, when they have dead cats in the walls and stuff. Yeah, some people are slobs. You're right. You're right. And it's just pure laziness. And Greta says everybody can afford soap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To me, cleaning a house makes me feel better, but that not maybe people don't even have the wherewithal to do that. Saw one hoarding show where their septic system was leaking in the house. Oh dear God. What's funny, artist, I just drove by a house today that's not but a half a mile from my house. And it's across from $500,000 homes, a new development that just went up. But it's on a road where it's new development on one side and old development on the other. And some of the houses are nice and some of them are not. And there's a couple like shacks that I had never, even though I've driven this road a gazillion times, I've never noticed it before. And it's this little, it's not even a trailer. It looks like a real house, but I'm talking itty bitty and just trash and shit just flowing out of the door all throughout the yard. The wind, you could just tell it's condemnable, it's infested, it's disgusting. It's probably only a 900 square foot house, and I just think, "Oh my god, I hope that." The first thing I said was, "Dear God, I hope there's no kids in there." That's all I said. You understand and feel for Ron too. I do too. Oh my god. I think that people have not had a heart that don't. I do. I do, I do, I do, but what he's doing right now, I think is fundamentally wrong. I can't imagine I thought this about several channels, like, who was watching this stuff and okaying it? By no means is he the worst one. I mean, he's not, but he just came on my radar tonight, and I just had to speak about it because it really pissed me off. But, there's several channels. I'm not gonna you all can put the pieces together, but I'm thinking, who is what piece of this I guess it'd be like a bad marriage where guy's an alcoholic and beats you, but he buys you nice gifts every 2 weeks. So, you're holding on to those, twice a month gifts. Is that the way you watch some of these channels where they're horrible 90% of the time, but every now and then they give you something funny or pleasurable? Is that I don't know, I don't get it. I can't be around that. You too, Greta. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Controlled burn. I'm not a pyromaniac. Yeah, I got a touch of pyromania though. I love some fire. Heath Smith, I think a contracted general works, but I'm too embarrassed to go to the doctor. Does anyone know over the counter help? Yes, pour bleach on yourself. Take a bath. Well, put a little bit of warm water in the tub, and then fill it with bleach and sit your ass down in it. There you go. Oh, really, Mama Cat? Bless says, "Sure don't, buddy." Artist, I don't know. I don't keep a normal schedule. If I go to bed early, I probably would be up again by this time. I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth. I was in a lot of pain this morning, and I don't know why. I usually am that way if I walked a lot the next day or the previous day, which I didn't. I cleaned the house yesterday, but that didn't involve a lot of walking. but I was in agony this morning, so it took me like an hour to get out of bed and having to take a lot of medicine, which is not, I don't even know why I'm telling you this, it's not answering your question, but my sleeping patterns are not very, um, consistent. I guess that's what I should say. Yeah, artists, are you still in a lot? I can't remember what your issues are. Are you still, do you have a lot of physical pain, honey? It's so weird with my neuropathy. I it's easy to say to people I have good days and bad days, but I really don't. I don't ever have good days. I know that sounds really depressing, but it's never like I wake up and I feel okay. Never, never. I mean, I've given up on that years ago. So I have bad days and I have worse days. Let's put it that way. Um, and then I have all these secondary issues because of it or because of the medication. I don't know, but it seems like I'm always sick from something. But, I always wake up because I have to constantly take medication. If I go for more than 8 hours without it, then plus being still, it just builds up in my system. So I always wake up in a tremendous amount of pain. But today it was like through the, instead of being an 8, it was like a 12. P-Day, thank you for asking that, you sweet thing. My surgery was not at all about, my neuropathy. You can't operate on neuropathy, you can't fix it. I wish it seems like it's such an old and common disease that they would have a better, my sleeping patterns are messed up too, yeah. Oh, you have fiber. I thought so, honey. Yeah, I thought so, artist. Yeah, I push through and do the best I can. Same, 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 same. But, PJ asked about my surgery, if it helped. Um, yeah, what my main problem is like this neuropathy/CMT, which is not at all helped by surgery, unfortunately. I wish they could cut every nerve I had. I got a nerve block for my last surgery, which I was like, "Oh, this is good," but it's the same thing as epidural, but it doesn't go from your back down, it goes from wherever they put it in your leg down, and keeps you numb for, like, 12 hours, but what my surgery corrected is my right foot. I was basically walking at a 45-degree angle on my right foot, and 4 bones on the right side of my foot broke because of it. All those metatarsals were slowly collapsing because of all the weight put on it. Um, Severe deformity of my toes and just my Achilles had to be lengthened. So, he did, like it was, like, 6 incisions that were 6 inches long all over my foot. He wasn't able to do my toes yet because he said it would cause too much swelling, so I have to do that part later. But my surgery was solely to correct the shape of my foot so that I could walk straighter and not continue to break bones and not continue to get sores on the side of my foot, but it had nothing to do with my neuropathy or my pain. I asked him that, I said, "Will this help my pain at all?" And I just wanted him to say yes, but he said no. So, yeah, I have 2 different issues going on. It's a lot of deformity of the bones and, then this really bad nerve pain, so oh, I saw a little bit what you said from drinking too much alcohol. Yeah, I definitely have seen that. You can get neuropathy from drinking too much alcohol. I mean, you have to drink quite a bit, but yeah, and once I found that out, I stopped drinking completely to see if that was the issue, and of course, being locked up as long as I was, being alcohol free, I thought, "Okay, well, let's just put this to the no. No, mine's not a result of that, but that's wild. Did your, husband did he ever stop drinking and it get better, or? I think the alcohol thing has to do with because it's about blood sugar. I'm okay right now, sassy cat. I'm actually, like not too bad right now, but when I woke up this morning, it was awful. Um, but I don't know this, I'm just kinda guessing, but I don't know if alcohol affects your blood sugar, and that's what causes the problem, because I know that diabetes is the number 1 cause of neuropathy, and that affects your blood sugar. Oh, he's in recovery now, but still has neuropathy. Really, Rhonda? I'm so sorry. Mrs. MMT, you're cute. Well, thank you all for coming on tonight. Y'all are so cute. I had no idea there'd be this many people. Maybe this is the time to come on. I wasn't saying that. Which, oh, I know, Rhonda. I know. I wasn't thinking you said that. I was just kind of relating because believe me, I did all kinds of research. And of course, one of the things they say it's a lack of B12. That's why I said I ate a bunch of shellfish. I saw alcohol consumption, so I stopped drinking completely, which, I never drank that much, but no alcohol. And, everything that I could find, I did. I even put soap in my sock, which was an old wives' tale of what causes neuropathy, which I thought, boy, this will be simple. If all I have to do is sleep with a bar of soap in my socks. Well, all I ended up with was clean smelling feet, but still in just as much pain. Yeah, got all of us that can't sleep. I know, bless, and I'm there a lot, and I usually do log on, and usually Amanda Love's on, although I don't think she's done that anymore very often. I'm so glad you did, Greta. If I could tell you all the things that I tried during my days and still do. I just went through another round of acupuncture, which was lovely. I love acupuncture. It's very relaxing, and she would put the needles in, and I would be able to sit in a dark room with like classical music on, and it was nice. I took like a little nap, but other than it being relaxing, it didn't help me at all. Thank you, P Day. Thank you for saying that, honey. I'm sorry for what you've gone through too, sugar. But I guess I'll go to bed now. Gonna go to the mall tomorrow. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Actually, I think I might I've got to make those scones I keep talking about. Otherwise my sour cream is gonna go bad that I've been saving. Rana has pissed me off. I've cleaned 2 second floor windows. Jerk, right? You are so cute. Massages used to help my fibro, but they cost too much. Yeah, and fibro is more muscle related, right? I'm not sure what's harder to treat, muscle or nerves. I know nerves are I mean, they're just so, even after all these medical advances, people have such a hard time with nerves. They don't know how to, I guess, I don't know. I don't know enough about it to say, but I just know that people just, even though there's millions of people with painful neuropathy like I have, they just don't know how to treat it. And Lyrica has been the only drug within like 150 years that they've come out with. And from what I can tell, like 95% of people cannot take it. They have horrible. I forgot to tell you the other night when I was telling my story, I told about gaining a whole bunch of weight and being like out of it all the time. I also had severe high blood pressure that I had to actually go on high blood pressure medicine because of it. And it was my diastolic number, the bottom number, that was really, really, really high. So as soon as I got off of it, my blood pressure came normal. But it's like, other than Neurontin and Lyrica, there's like nothing else that they have for this common ailment. And that just doesn't seem right. You are a PDA? Oh, you couldn't help but handle gabapentin, but you're on Lyrica. Yeah, I'm on tons and tons of gabapentin. I adore you, princess. But I'll go ahead and it's just now 2, so let's make a wish and wish that maybe tomorrow we can wake up and these people will be happy and nice. And I mean, wouldn't that be great? We don't people always say that, you wouldn't have anything to talk about if it weren't for TT. Bullshit. Bullshit. I would be fine not ever talking about her. Maybe there's 1 or 2 channels, but I doubt it. That when she went away for a little while, I mean, a little while, like a week, a couple times, and we were happy, talking about other things. And it's not that we seek her out, it's because she shoves stuff in our face and we have to defend ourselves or our friends. And when I say defend, I mean that in the correct way, not the way that she does it. But YouTube can exist just as well with just as many views without having people to hate. It's not a necessary evil. We don't have to have a Gargamel or, a beast or an evil one in order for us to get views and be, I don't even care about views, but I'm just saying, in order for people to be successful on here, it's not a necessary evil. It really isn't. 100% High Lavender, 100%, or Highlander, excuse me. Let me address that real quickly. She says, Marie, Brown has every right to vent. If you don't like it, don't watch. That is not a fair statement. The first part is you can say that so and so has the right to vent. You can even say, don't watch it if you don't like. But if you watch one of my other live streams, I address why that's a stupid statement. However, if you have the right to vent, we have the right to respond. Saying that somebody has the right to vent and it be a period where nobody has the right to react to it is just as dumb as saying somebody has the right to vent. Come on now. With every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So if you vent, vent away. If you lie, lie away. If you talk shit away. Go ahead. It's your First Amendment right. Use every minute of the day that you have to do those things. But to get mad or to even raise an eyebrow that somebody is responding to your lie, vent, whatever it might be, your argument is null and void. It makes no sense. If you have every American First Amendment right to bitch, complain, vent, whatever you want to call it, then we have every American right to bitch and complain about it. So don't dare, which is what TT does, criticize or call off the dogs or say for even a split second, stop watching me, stop talking about me. Basically, what they're saying is why those 2 streams are, because they don't want you to stop watching or they don't want you to stop talking. What they're saying is stop criticizing me because I can't handle the criticism. Then their right is void too. If you want us to abide by that, then your right is voided too. But that's not the way it works in this country. We all have First Amendment rights. Therefore, you can bitch and we're going to bitch right back. That's the way that works. That's the way that works. So anybody who says, don't like me, don't watch me, is code for I can't handle the criticism. And I want to have a First Amendment right, but I don't want you to have it. That's what that means. Okay. Thank you, Marie. Yeah. Anybody who says don't watch if you don't like it, you'll never find somebody who says that who can't put up with heat. They're only saying that as code for I can't stand the criticism. So, okay, you all. Love you. And I might see you in a couple hours because it's already tomorrow. I was going to say, thank you, Aussie. Love y'all. Um, Thank you, Robin. I will see you in a little while. I appreciate y'all so much on here. Thank you for coming to my late night stream. Let me get this off my chest and correcting the things that I misspoke about. And I will see you real soon, okay? Love y'all. Good night.